I know. I gotta stop this negative talk, and I have to stop also saying awesome so much.
No, but
I
awesome
have
is a good word.
it's a good word in the proper settings, and not so freaking often the way I do it because it's been a funny thing with my tiny talks lately that I'm catching myself. I say it a lot. I think it's a nervous thing, or like when I'm trying to find something to say, I don't want to say you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like awesome or whatever. That's awesome because I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's worse filler words than awesome.
there are words. But when you say it a lot, I'm like, if I'm catching myself, that's a
Then
lot.
it's
So
probably-
I
yeah.
have a rule that I'm not going to say it as often. So,
Okay.
Um, I might start putting a quarter in a jar whenever I
Every
say
time
it.
you
I
say
don't know.
awesome.
We'll see. But thank you. We are live here at the Beehive Studio here on a Monday afternoon or evening, I guess, early evening, late afternoon, because this is the only time we had available because one of our tiny stage artists, so sadly, is leaving. She's flying south for not the winter, for this winter, probably the next one. Hopefully not all the winters. But yes, joining us here today is a very special artist. Special to the Tiny Stage family, also to Love Mike, and all of DFW music. For one last time, hopefully not the last time,
Hopefully.
everybody help me in welcoming Vinessa Burnett to the Tiny Talks.
Hello. Thank you so much, Carlos. I appreciate that. That was quite the introduction.
Thank you for being here. Sure, no, I was trying to think of something nice to say, but I was so busy with like setting up that I'm like, oh crap, now everything's just off the dome, as you kids say.
Off the dome. Best
But
way
yeah,
to do
no, you are a very special artist to us. You had one of the best Tiny Stage sessions here ever. The lineup was crazy. The show was crazy. The way you organized it was awesome. See, there I go. It was It was great.
He said he wouldn't say awesome. It's okay. It's okay.
It
You
took
can say awesome.
It's a 30-second shit. No, but aside from that, the way that you've supported us, ever since and the whole time, really, it's been great. And I'm sad to see you go, but
Oh, I
it,
that.
I'm sure it's for good things, but we'll learn all about that. But like we like to do here at the Tiny Talks, I say you artists to me are like superheroes, and I like to get the origin stories, So we don't have to go all the way back to I was born here, and then I learned to walk at 3. But
At 3 would be very late.
would I don't even know. I guess it would. But where all this kind of started. But I guess we can start off. What's going on with you lately? Because you've been kind of busy.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I can share more about what's going on with me lately, and then we can take it
Yeah.
all the way back to how it all started.
Well, Quentin Tarantino it.
All right, what's going on with me lately? I think the biggest life update is I'm moving.
Yeah,
Yay!
boo.
But yes, I am moving back to South Florida, Miramar, Florida to be exact, which
Miramar.
is a small suburb outside of Miami-Dade County. It's within Broward
Hey.
County. So about 30 minutes from Fort Lauderdale or 30 minutes from Miami.
All right, so the beach and the party scene is not too far away.
Not too far.
Yeah.
But that's where I grew up. That's home. And
Oh, okay.
I've lived away from home for almost 10 years,
Oh.
which is insane. I lived 2 years in Ohio, and then I've been in Dallas almost 8 years.
Mm.
And really, it's just time for me to come home. I mean, I've been away from my family. I don't have any blood relatives in the state of Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm 30 now, which is so weird saying that out loud.
It tapped on your shoulder, didn't it?
Yeah, the 29 tapped me,
Yep.
and so did 30.
Now it has its arm all the way around you.
Right. And just a lot of things in my life I feel like have lined up and made it very clear and obvious to me that okay, it's time to come home. And I couldn't be more excited about it. I think I'm excited, but at the same time it's very bittersweet and sad because I love Dallas.
Yeah.
I could not picture a better city.
We love you,
I
just by
love
the
y'all
way.
too. I think the city is just amazing, and it's afforded me so many opportunities. My friends here, the relationships I've built. I think that's probably the hardest part about all of this.
Yeah.
But I take comfort in knowing that these relationships will continue. They'll
Oh,
just
yeah. It's
evolve
just
and look
distance,
different. Yeah, just a little bit
Whatever,
of distance.
yeah.
The music will continue.
And at the quantum level, there is no distance.
right.
right?
We're all
We're all
soul
always here.
connected.
Yeah.
and there's nothing like family. I think especially
for
as I'm
sure.
getting older, they're getting older. It'll be sweet to be closer to home.
I get it. Yeah, I'm kind of similar too. That's kind of a big reason why I moved to Texas in the first place because I'm originally from New Jersey, New York.
Okay.
But a lot of families started moving, or my close family started moving here to Texas.
Okay.
So when I finished college, I was like, it's time to move out. But the only family I had in Jersey were my parents and maybe an aunt.
Yeah.
and I have family also in Tampa.
Okay.
I had a big chunk of my family migrated to Tampa.
So we'll be seeing you in Florida too.
Possibly, yeah, yeah. Definitely Miami. I love Miami.
Yeah.
But yeah, and a lot of family, my close family moved to Denton. So after college, I was like, yeah, I want to be around family. So I totally get wanting to be around family, especially if you miss them a lot. And you probably go back a lot, right?
I literally go back like every month.
Yeah, see? Oh, shoot,
So
wow.
at that point, it's like, okay, you might
Yeah.
as well just move back. I don't even give them a chance
Just
to
keep
miss
going
me.
back every month, you know?
You know,
can still be
you gonna
here.
pay for my flights, Carlos?
No. We got to start a fund, people. No, that's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's interesting that you say that things kind of feel aligned, and you seem to kind of move like that in general. I did some research, and it seems like most of like even how your artistry kind of came up was sort of like just things sort of aligning or certain kind of catalyst that you kind of pay attention to, because some people can hear that and go, oh, that's interesting, and then keep moving and kind of pass it by.
Yeah.
And then years later, they're like, I wonder,
Yeah.
you know? So I guess we can get started with how all this kind of started, at least your artistry kind of started.
Yeah.
So I always like to wonder, because you play really great guitar, but also you can sing beautifully, and you write great songs. I didn't say all of them. So did the words and lyrics kind of start first, or did the music or the playing guitar music start?
The instruments.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, the origin story of how music came into my life. So my late grandfather, rest in peace, Papa Frank. Frank Glassford is his name. He was a musician, and he could play every single string instrument by ear.
By ear, wow.
By ear, yeah. And so growing up, I just always like looked up to him and really admired the gift that he had. And so I think by the time I was in first grade, my parents had put me into piano lessons, which was really cool.
Nice. Forced, or like was it kind of like
a little bit of both? Like I
to?
think
All
I was like, oh yeah, I want to play piano, and then they put me in it, and like as a kid, you want to give up after like your first two lessons because you suck. My parents were like, no, you're gonna stay until you become proficient in this, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So I did piano starting in first grade, and then fifth grade is when I did guitar.
First grade piano, huh? Wow.
Yeah, first through eighth grade, off and on, I was
Nice.
doing piano, so that's my first instrument. And then fifth grade through seventh grade, I did guitar. And I would say middle school was very pivotal for me musically. Like, that's when I started to really enjoy singing, but I really felt like I could not sing.
Really?
I was surrounded by a bunch of like powerhouse vocalists, the Beyoncés and Whitney Houstons of the world.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't do a lot of the runs and high notes and just certain things that they could do. I was still developing my own sound, and my voice itself was still developing. And so I think some like pivotal moments for me in middle school, one was a talent show that I did where I didn't even place, but I had spent months learning If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys on the piano. And I had my mom braid my hair like Alicia Keys. And I mean, it really was a hard song to play on the piano for me at the time.
What grade?
I was probably like in seventh grade or
yeah,
sixth grade. And I remember the talent show because the girl that ended up placing in the top 3, she sang an Alicia Keys song. She sang, I think, Diary or Fallen by Alicia Keys. And I was like, Mom, it's so much harder to play a song on the piano than it is to sing. But the judges felt like, because she sang.
It was rigged.
Yeah.
We know.
And so they were like, well, maybe if she had sang and played at the same time, it would have been more, it would have wowed them more. And so I think that was one catalyst where I was like, okay, I need to start singing more. I also was in like my middle school, the summer camp I went to, they had like a band. And I remember at the end of it, I got to perform This Love by Maroon 5.
Oh, wow.
And that was my first time really like singing in front of people and like, as not as part of a choir.
Right.
And I felt like a rock star.
Yeah.
I was like, this is really cool.
Was it like a music camp, or was it just a camp?
It was just like a regular
just had a
summer
band
camp,
as
but
a
you
thing
could
to
do all kinds of different
That's
stuff.
Cool. That's cool.
So I think those were 2 pivotal moments. I was in choir 7th and 8th grade and loved that. And then I got to high school. My middle school was a private Christian school, only like 40 people in the 8th grade. And then my public high school had like 700 or 800 people in the 9th grade.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, just a total culture shock there. And I feel like in many ways I kind of forgot about music a little bit.
Did you move, or just a different school?
No, just the economy was bad. My
Oh.
parents couldn't afford the private Christian school I was at
Oh,
anymore.
gotcha.
And I think I continued to write though. I think all throughout elementary, middle, high school, like I just was always subconsciously writing poems, songs I would make up in my head.
Subconsciously?
Like without even realizing that like I had
Like your hands just going?
yeah, my hands just like doodling. Like I would write on the back of like in church they would give out these pamphlets with like sort of the agenda for the service, and I would just write songs on the back of it, like without even realizing that I was doing that.
Did you hear music in your head, or was it just words kind
Yeah,
of flowing
just a
through
melody.
you?
It would just come. It was direct download. Like
That's so interesting. No, see, the more I talk to singer-songwriters, especially, I'm so interested. It seems like we all have a certain like antenna for certain things in the ether.
Yeah.
Like I can say for me, I'm really good with ideas for stuff. Like if you're like, hey, I need to get seen more, or I need for anything, I can pump out ideas like a maniac. But like I can't write a song worth worth anything. But it's so interesting how that just kind of comes to you like that.
Gift. I always say like
out of nowhere, huh? Like
I don't write the songs write themselves. I truly believe
that's like magical.
God just gives me the words, and I just okay, here we go. But I would say in high school, the first like couple years, I kind of forgot about music. I had stopped taking the piano lessons. Guitar was a thing in the past. But then sometime around like maybe 10th or 11th grade, it became really cool at my high school to know how to play the guitar. I went to high school in South Florida, and so our cafeteria had a nice sort of like patio overhang where people would play guitar and sing during lunch. Like students.
Your high school.
Yeah, it was. Shout out to Everglades High School.
Public high school.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And there's actually a famous singer now, Sabrina Claudio, who went to my high school.
Oh, cool.
So she would perform, and so I was like, wait a minute, I know how to play the guitar, kind of know how to sing. So I started posting videos on Facebook at the time of me just like doing random covers. Yeah. Some people liked it, some people didn't.
Yeah, people are.
And I think that also helped me in finding my voice as a singer. And then I believe 12th grade was when I joined choir again working on my vocals. And then, it's just been this like iterative process, right? I get to college, forget about music again. My senior year of college, I joined choir. I always had a guitar in my dorm room that I would fiddle with. Same thing in grad school. And I would just say music has always been a constant, and whether I realized it or not, I was always creating somehow, even if it was just doodling in class, words that were coming to my head. And I think what made me really start taking it seriously to the level that I am now, I would say is 2021. That's when I released my first ever song, Golden Girl.
That was your first song? Okay.
Golden Girl. Yeah. First song I ever like released commercially.
Great video too.
Oh, thank you so
Whoever
much.
shot it. Really nice.
Yeah. That was shot in Florida. But that song just came to me. I always love to tell this story. In 2020, actually, I was scrolling on Instagram, and I came across a photo that one of my friends had shared of a young woman who had passed away, unfortunately, in a car accident. And what was crazy about it is she looked almost exactly like me. It was very surreal.
You didn't know her?
I didn't know her.
Yeah.
But she was from Florida. We were about the same age. Maybe she was a couple years younger than me. And just unfortunately passed away in a car accident. And as I'm going on her Instagram page, people are pouring out their hearts in these really heartwarming tributes to her in her comments section. Yeah. And I'm learning about her. I'm like, wow, we have a lot of things in common. And it just made me think about the fact that, oh my gosh, like so many beautiful, talented, smart women go through their whole life without ever getting the flowers that they deserve, and unfortunately until it's too late. And
what
so,
a metaphor. Or you get,
and it's that kind of like grieved my spirit a little bit. And so that's how the words for Golden Girl were formed. It's really to celebrate women, especially Black women, and just show love and honor us. And I wrote it on the piano originally. And I was like, I kept playing it like over the months that followed. And I was like, I think I have to release this. Like I had the vision for the music video in my head before I had ever even recorded the song. And so once I recorded the song, I recorded the music video. People liked it. And I was like, okay, I think I'm doing something here.
Nice.
And so things just followed from there.
So, wow. So you mentioned there were a couple of times where you kind of put the music down. Were there certain things or people or circumstances that kind of caused it, or was it just kind of just life was kind of lifing and that sort of outweighed, like sort of just interest kind of dropped and then it kind of picked up, just,
Yeah, I think one, it always felt like a creative outlet, a hobby. I think only in the last couple of years have I started to really acknowledge it as a passion. But I think I just had a way of just downplaying music, probably out of fear, right? What if people don't like the way I sound, or they don't like my music, or it takes the pressure off, right? If I perform and I mess up, if I'm like, oh, I'm just messing around, right?
Right.
So I think part of it was fear, and then also I've just always had a lot of hobbies. Running has been a main focal point over the past couple years.
Say, you're quite the runner. I think you've done a half marathon. Have you ever done a full one?
Oh no, I don't
Not
know
yet.
if I'm gonna do that.
Aspirations too?
I did, but like my feet hurt from my last half marathon.
I mean, you're only 30. It's not that old.
Only 30.
I'm telling you. Take it from a 43-year-old. It's not that old.
Okay, maybe I'll do a full marathon. But yeah, I think I just always had a bunch of other hobbies. I was in grad school. I was teaching. I've always had really demanding day jobs. So I think I haven't always gotten the right balance. You know, where does music fit in?
It was always there, though.
It was always there, yeah. The guitar was always in my room. I was always picking it up randomly.
Yeah.
But like getting on stage, that's another thing. I always had like stage fright.
Wow, you seem so well. Now that I know you, I mean, you seem so comfortable.
Yeah, that was my goal this year or last year, was to get more comfortable on stage. So the tiny stage was literally like, that was like the pinnacle for me. I was like,
was it really? Oh,
yeah,
that means so much.
One of the best nights of my life. Yeah,
it was. Oh, it was so great. I love the freaking pictures afterwards too of everybody there. Oh, that was so great.
That was a fun time.
So you said you kind of always wrote poems and wrote this stuff. Was it ever, so as a hobby, was it ever kind of a stress relief, or like, when things are like not going well in your life, that was sort of like escape kind of thing, or?
Yeah, I would say so. And I think you can hear it in my music. I write about what I'm going through.
Yeah.
And I try to make music, I think, that makes people feel seen and heard, and talk about the things that we may be scared to open up to other people about. The things that we're very vulnerable about. And honestly, that's just what has worked for me, because it is cathartic. It's therapeutic to write about what you're feeling. And sometimes you just can't always explain it clearly, but I feel like I can describe it in a song.
Yeah.
And that's what music really has been for me these past couple of years.
What would you say are some of the more difficult things? You don't have to get into specifics or not talk about things you don't want to talk about, but what were some of the things, like some of those difficult things that music really helped you kind of get past or through? Yeah,
I think, and you'll hear these themes in Prime, the album.
I was going to say Prime kind of sounds like that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Prime, it has so many different themes, but I think it one theme that's really, I think, loud and clear is singleness, right? I had been single, still single, for several years. And I think it explores the highs and lows that come with that, right? There's the upside themes of independence and freedom, free bird, and, learning how to love yourself, like self-love. But then there's also some of the downsides, like loneliness and being disappointed and trying to have hope when you're discouraged, and just that feeling of longing. And I think,
or the one where you like someone, they don't like you back, kind of thing.
Yeah,
all that one. That one's like, oh, you're telling my story.
Getting ghosted is not fun. So I think it speaks to that, which we don't always like hear songs on the radio about, like loneliness, right? But I think it I don't know, if it helps one person feel a little bit less alone in what they're going through, then that makes me happy, because those are normal human emotions, right? Whether you're single or not. But also, I think the other theme within Prime, aside from singleness, is this bigger idea that there is a prime season in our life, right? Like, and especially as a woman in her late 20s, when I was making Prime, I was about to turn 29. Like, I definitely felt that pressure of like, oh my gosh, I'm almost 30 and I haven't done this and I haven't done that and I'm still doing this. And I think throughout the making of Prime and just growing up, I realized that there isn't really a prime.
I was going to say, I hope you don't think there's only one prime in your life. Cause
not at all. I think
there's
can
many.
Always be in
you
your
can
prime.
create it at any point,
and
even in the same year.
Oh, yeah. And I think part of that is staying true to yourself, walking in your gifts, your talents, your purpose, like whatever you've been called to do.
And don't be scared to look in the mirror, too.
And when you do all of that, I think you can really show up as your best self and be in your prime era.
But, hey, nice. Be in your prime. Out in the street, shooting everywhere now.
Yes.
Um, so you mentioned that you always kind of messed around with music and stuff, but you didn't really bring it out because of fear and everything. So what was the thing that made you no longer be fearful of it and say, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do it?
That is a good question.
Maybe somebody kind of nudged you, or maybe a teacher or something, or maybe you were just like, you know what, like I have it all in my head. It's got to get out, you know?
I would say, so, I did the Golden Girl thing, and I was like, okay, that was just like a passion project thing. And then in 2020,
and that was a full single release, right?
That was a full single. And then in 2022, so a year later, I had wrote a song for my grandma that I ended up releasing commercially because I was like, I kind of like this. Maybe other people will like it too. But I would say those two songs, that was just me, dipping my toes in the water, getting my feet wet, right?
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, I had always thought about making some sort of full-length project because I had enough songs written to do that. But it just, again, fear. I was like, and the time involved, the cost. Sure. But in May of 2023, one of my friends visited me for my birthday. Her name is Elena Christine, so shout out to Elena.
Hey, Elena.
Yeah, if you're watching this, hello. And she's heard this story plenty of times because she was there. But right before I dropped her off at the airport, she had asked me a really powerful question. She was like, Vinessa, what is one goal that you could accomplish this year? Like, doesn't have to be realistic, but like if you think of the craziest, biggest, scariest goal that you can think of, what would it be? And I was like, to accomplish this year, probably releasing an album. And she basically was like, now go do it. And I was like, okay.
And that was when this year?
That was May 2023.
23, okay.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, like I can't believe I just said that out loud and you just encouraged me to go do it. And it stuck with me. And it wasn't really until 2 months later in July that I was like, I think I'm actually going to pursue making an album. What is my first step?
What was it? Like, was it just like you just woke up and you're like some kind of angst or something?
The thought kept circling my mind, like that conversation I had with my friend Elena. Like I really do credit her for helping to like.
She put the seed in there.
Yeah, because I already had the thought of like, I think I could do an album, but she really helped activate it and like propelled me to action.
Nice.
And she's also a very like goal driven, like very action oriented person. Iron sharpens iron kind of friendship.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I called my friend Lottie. So shout out to Lottie if you're watching this. He's previously released an album. He's a musician living in LA now. And I said, hey, Lottie, I think I want to release an album. What is my first step? He was like, well, your first step is for us to get together and create some demos, and then we'll figure out who's going to produce it. And I said, okay, easy enough. So we go and we're practicing in his garage and recording demos.
Nice.
And he was like, yeah, just so you get a feel of what kind of sound you want and all that good stuff. And he really liked what he was hearing. He's like, this is good. I'm like, okay, like somebody likes it. And he connected me with his producer, which is also one of his bandmates. And things just really took off from there. I met with the producer. And I think the important thing I want to underline in that is really just baby steps. It was a series of small little actions, right? A friend encouraging me to do it, me calling another friend to say, how do I do it? And then, just
putting
like
yourself out there, asking the questions and reaching out. Wait.
And then just figuring out what is the first.
Is that fantasy?
That was Free Fantasy.
Freaking
Shout
guy.
out to Free Fantasy. And then just figuring out what is that next step, the next step. And then before you know it, one song is complete, 2 songs, and then now you have an album.
Yeah, you got a little snowball going.
Yeah.
Nice. So that first song, did you produce it yourself, or was it also
Golden Girl? No, that was produced by my friend Angel. Shout out to Angel Toakesi. And he did a wonderful job on that. He produced Golden Girl, and he produced In the Morning, which is the song I wrote for my grandma. And then for Prime, I went with Aaron Payton. So shout out to Aaron. He produced Prime. I really wanted to have like a live instrumentation feel for a lot of the songs.
Yeah.
So you'll hear some real drums. All the guitar work is, real guitar, piano. So I really wanted to feel like it was like a live band playing, and he had, the setup that I was looking for.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So all your songs are about experiences. So when did you go to Vancouver?
Vancouver. I went to Vancouver summer of 2022.
Okay.
I had just started a new job. I was overwhelmed and stressed out.
I ask about Vancouver because that's her latest single is Vancouver. done with
Iman Alchemy.
Iman, an amazing artist.
Mm-hmm.
That did you two meet at the Love Mic?
Yeah,
Or,
no, we met at I think it was Creatives Factory, but then
okay,
we
nice.
reconnected at the Love Mic. So
Yeah.
shout out to the Love Mic. And yeah, the song Vancouver, I went on a solo trip.
Yeah.
I think it was June or July of 2022.
See, that's the best part about being single, isn't it? These
Right,
solo
you get to go on
trips.
trips by yourself.
It's so great. You don't
Yes.
got to answer to anybody. Your
Right.
schedule is your schedule.
You can do all the excursions you want to do, eat at all the restaurants
whenever you
wanna eat
want
at.
to, or maybe if I don't want to, I don't want to. You know.
Exactly. And it was such a great trip because I met other solo travelers that were doing the
Nice.
same thing. And what stood out to me from that trip, I just met people who were doing really cool things. Like I met a girl who was like a lawyer who had quit her job so she could travel the world for a year.
Nice.
I met a doctor who had quit her job because she was just stressed out. And I think like that trip was a reminder that at any point in time, we can change our lives, right? If you don't like your job, your situation, your circumstance, you may not be able to change it completely, but like you can, get the wheels in motion and like take the first step.
Yep.
And I think too often times we stay stuck, but as long as you are still breathing, you have plenty of time to change course. And so that was my takeaway from that trip. As soon as I got home, the words, "Do you want to go to Vancouver?" came to mind. I heard it's nice in the summer. And literally based on a true story.
Oh, that's
and
so
I always
cool.
knew I had written half of the song, and I always envisioned like rapping in it somewhere. And so when I heard Amon's voice, I heard him, I was like,
Yeah.
I got to get him on the track. Yeah.
Yeah, because I heard the song, I was like, "Wow, she really likes Vancouver." But now I know why. That's a
Exactly.
nice story behind it. Wow.
Yeah. And the second verse, or maybe we could go to Miami. So it's, Vancouver,
Oh,
Miami.
now you're going to Miami.
No, I'm going to Miami.
Freaking whatever.
You're more than welcome to visit me.
Oh, I will.
Mhm.
Shit. Yes, I will. So all right. So let's go back to you released Golden Girl.
Yeah.
That was in Miami,
Mhm.
right? In Florida.
Yeah, Cooper City, Florida.
And then I guess from there you went to Ohio for school, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Ohio.
I forgot what college you went to. Was it Ohio
I
somewhere?
went to the Ohio State.
The Ohio
University.
State, yes.
Go Buckeyes. So undergrad was at University of Miami. Finished up there 2016, and then I went straight to Ohio State and studied HR.
HR.
Yeah,
Nice.
human resources, and that's what I do now.
And then how'd you get to Texas?
That is a good
Because
question.
you say that you're kind of by yourself here, right?
Yeah. So when I was in grad school at Ohio State, I did
Mhm.
an internship the summer in between my first and second year with Texas Instruments,
Okay.
which is headquartered here in Dallas. So I did an HR internship that summer, and I guess they liked me because they gave me a full-time job offer for after I graduated.
Okay.
And I relocated here for that job after I graduated, and have stayed here ever since. I've changed companies a couple times since then, but just really fell in love with Dallas. Like, it's really been a dream come true living here.
Yeah.
And the friends that I made during that internship, I'm still friends with them now to this day.
Nice.
So it's really been like the gift that keeps on giving. Even
That
though
was like what 24 or something.
that was 2018.
2018. Okay,
Yeah.
shoot. I was
Remember, I'm 30 now.
No, I was thinking about your release of music and stuff.
Oh,
so,
yeah, no, the
I was
music,
getting my timeline
came
all
out in
off.
2021, but I
Okay.
graduated Ohio State 2018.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, you're not old for anything. Like, I'm super old compared to all of you.
Not at all.
So in between, so I guess through your undergrad and masters, was music that was just kind of just like my guitar is here whenever I'm just stressed out kind of thing, and not really being serious about it, right?
Yeah.
And then Golden Girl was before that though, right?
After Golden Girl was 2021.
In Miami.
Yeah, like I filmed it in Miami.
Oh, okay. I thought it was all like done, like
No,
that. Was,
no,
okay,
no, 'cause
okay.
I
It was just
graduated
filmed there. Okay.
Undergrad 2016, graduated Ohio State 2018,
Got
moved
it.
to Dallas 2018, and then Golden Girl, I just happened to film it
Okay.
in Florida, just on a visit there in 2021.
And then your friend saying "Go for it" again. That was
23, so that's the year I started working on Prime, and then
Got it,
Prime came
alright.
out in 2024.
So we're in 18, between 18 and 23 right now.
The year's 18 and 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where we are in the Vinessa timeline.
Yeah.
So right now, music is just kind of on the back burner, but still there.
Yeah.
So and now you're in Dallas. So
Mhm.
what was it that made it come back up again, and then start performing? Well, I guess it was your friend saying do an album, or
I think the album, I think performing. Okay, so the album was like, crazy passion project. Worked on that for about a year, And then I had a really fun album release party in July of 2024, a couple days after the album came out. And that, like, again, one of the best nights of my life. And what was nice about that is, so after the album got released and the party, I was like, oh, finally I can take a break, because I've been working on that for like over a year. And everybody was like, are you going to perform again? Because I performed at the party, and I realized the day of the party, I was like, oh my gosh, most of my friends have never actually heard me perform
And
in
you
real
weren't
life.
performing?
I hadn't been performing
before that at all?
No.
So that party was the first time performing?
The first time pretty much
at your album release was the first time performing? All right.
Most of my friends had never even heard me.
I've seen some great video from that, especially when you get everyone singing, what could be better? Oh, I love that.
Because I had released that 29 Better Than This, the single, in February of that year, and then July is when the album came out.
Wow, that was the first time you performed. Okay.
That was the first time I performed Better Than This. So I think seeing that reaction was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, my work here is done. I can now relax. And people were just like, oh, no,
you did not look like that was somebody for the first time being in front of people, even though it's your family still. Like, that's, wow. Way to go.
Thank you so much. And so they were like, you got to keep performing. I was like, no. And then finally, so that was July. And then finally in September is when I got back on a stage. And it was at the Love Mic.
Wow.
At Sundown at Granada, September 2024.
I was there, I think.
You were there? Okay.
I'm pretty sure. No, the tiny stage pretty much started September 24.
Okay.
And we met Jenna, it was January 25. Yeah, so did not see the first one.
But yeah,
I was there early though, but yeah.
I fell in love with the Love Mic. I mean, just such a welcoming atmosphere.
Yeah.
Right by where I lived. And so, yeah, I started going every Monday. After that. And becoming more comfortable performing on stage, because it's one thing to perform in front of my family and friends. I'm like, they're going to love me regardless, but performing in front of strangers, I'm like, I don't know. But I think the love and support I received from the Love Mic community really propelled me forward. And so many things just took off from there. I did my first actual show in October with my friend Lottie, the one that helped me track those demos.
Nice.
And he sort of orchestrated that. And then in 2025, I did a SoFar show in February.
Oh, nice.
And I met the SoFar producer at the Creatives Factory open mic, Darian Marsh.
Yep.
And so he helped facilitate that. And this is all just the result of me going to different open mics.
Yep.
And then, of course, I had my tiny stage in May of 2025. And then, I've done all kinds of different shows since then. And I don't know, it's just really cool. My goal for 2025 was literally to become more comfortable performing on stage. Everybody's always like, you look so comfortable up there. I am freaking out on the inside every time.
That's crazy. No, because when you said that the first time performing, or I guess for strangers, was at the Love Mic. When I first saw you, it was probably not too far after that.
Too far, yeah.
And I could have sworn you've been I was like, wow, this is a big artist. That's how nice of her to come here, you know?
Oh my gosh, no,
Wow.
no. The stage fright is real. It is so real, especially something about playing guitar and singing at the same time. It requires a level of focus, and I'm always paranoid that I'm gonna mess up.
See, I'm the opposite with it, because by myself on a stage, my stutter really comes out. I get nervous, but the guitar is a sort of I can hide behind it, and I can fool you with I can finger pick. So I'm like, yeah, I'm cool, whatever. Don't listen to me, just listen to that, you know.
Yeah. No, it definitely. Last year was the year of me getting more comfortable on stage and going to the open mics and doing some shows. And honestly, I think I really just found a renewed passion for music in the process.
Yeah.
And just really embracing my own music and seeing. I think it's been really cool seeing my music through other people's eyes, how other people are connecting and resonating, hearing what's their favorite song.
Yeah.
And it just inspires me to make more. And so that led to I didn't even think I would release more music after Prime. I thought I was done. I told my producer, I was like, that album took a lot out of me. I'm not making no more music. And then before you know it, we got Until Springtime. We got Vancouver, and
something coming up?
Literally a week from today, next Tuesday, February 10th, I have a new song coming out.
All right.
You heard it here first.
Oh, wow. February 10th. What's it called?
It's called Is It a Crime? You might have heard it at an open mic or two.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is It a Crime?
Oh, that's the song I like. About that's. No, it's about liking someone that they don't kind of like you back. Yeah.
Yeah. Happens to the best of
That's
us.
my song.
That's your song.
That's my
I'll
Valentine's Day
dedicate it to
song.
you.
That's
Yeah,
my
I wanted it to come out in February. I'm like, maybe somebody will
Yeah,
relate
that's
to
perfect.
this. But yeah, that'll be coming out next Tuesday. I haven't even had a chance to promote it yet because I've been so busy, but I will
Yeah.
this week.
All right. No, I'll help you too. Whatever we can.
I appreciate you.
Speaking of promoting, I was going to say, you could have fooled me that you've only been doing this like serious for like about a year, a little more than a year.
Yeah.
Because you're also really good at marketing everything else, like putting stuff out. So is that all you two, or do you have some help with that?
That's mainly me.
Nice.
I recommend having a Canva premium subscription.
Yes, thank you. People at home that shit on Canva. Canva is great.
Yes.
I don't care what the hell anybody says.
I love Canva. Shout out to
Canva.
Canva.
Go, you do Canva. I was like, yes, I do. All
Canva
right, I can
is
do
that
anything.
girl. Yeah, I will make a quick flyer literally on my phone. And I think in the beginning, I was being a bit of a perfectionist. So I was like, okay, well, let me hire a photographer and do a photo shoot and pay somebody to do the cover art, which, everything has looked great and served its purpose. But it gets kind of expensive, and I think it can.
And you can do that for a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And probably for free on your own.
Right.
For nothing.
And then it kind of becomes a barrier sometimes to releasing music. If you're like,
Mhm.
okay, well, if I have to take a photo shoot and do all this stuff for every release, it kind of holds you back. But I'm like, I just want to be able to, release the music as soon as it's done versus waiting until I have this whole
Right.
production. And then even now using ChatGPT, you can literally be like, build me a marketing plan. And so what has worked for me at least is usually a week before the release date, I'll post some sort of teaser.
Yep.
And then I'll post on the day of the release. Seems to work out just fine. You know, share it to my story. I'll tell friends to reshare it. And just trust that the music will find its intended audience.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah. No, that's great. Now you're doing all that by yourself.
Mm-hmm. And the cover art for Is It a Crime was actually taken here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a photo, or?
Yeah, I'll have to show you afterwards. It's
cool.
a photo that do you know Parker Jason? I think that's his stage name, but at one
That sounds familiar.
I met him at one of the Be Hippie open mics that you all do here. And what was I about to say? Oh, he had like a film camera, but the photo kind of got messed up, so it came out blurry. So like you'd have to like look closely to be able to tell where I'm at. But I kind of like the blurry nature of the photo. It looks really artistic and cool, so I'll have to show you. But yeah, so that's what I'm using as the cover art.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What an honor.
Shout out to Tiny Stage and Be Hippie.
Yeah, thank you. Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you're leaving us, are you planning on just picking up where you kind of like just going out now to open mics over there, or have you been kind of like performing here and there as you visit? Or?
You know, I have not really. I mean, I performed at my dad's 60th birthday in Miami. I don't know if that counts, but the music and art scene in Miami is very different from Dallas, and I think that is one thing that I'm really gonna miss about
like
Dallas.
The genre, you mean, or
the genre? I think just
in
the
general,
popularity. Like I've tried to find open mics; they are hard to find. Regular, reoccurring weekly open mics. Like there just isn't as strong of an independent singer-songwriter girl holding a guitar scene.
I guess that's a place to go party or something.
Right. A lot more EDM, house music, or Latin music. And so I don't know what the appetite is like out there yet for, just vocals and acoustic guitar, but I definitely plan to create my own lane for that if there is.
Start your own open mic.
I would love to do that.
That'd be so cool.
And
a chapter of the Love Mic.
Love Mic Miami.
Yeah.
No, I think it'd be really cool, and like I said, whether there's a market for it or not, I definitely just feel like there's room for me there in that space, and I look forward to seeing what I do out there. Do some shows maybe.
Yeah.
After I get settled in, unpack my boxes.
Do you know Spanish?
Un poquito.
Hey, all right, there you go.
Soy aprendiendo.
Okay, nice.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
¿Hablo español?
Sí, un poquito también. Sí.
Yeah.
Yo soy. They call us Yo Sabo kids. I'm first generation here. And although my father spoke English like he was from New York, like you would never guess he was like straight from Chile.
Are you Chilean?
My father was, and my mother is Colombian. I'm kind of more attached to my Colombian side.
Okay.
Because my father kind of escaped Chile, and like he's like, yeah, we don't talk about Chile.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I spent a month in Colombia.
Oh yeah, where?
2023, Medellin.
Oh nice. Yeah, I have family there. My mom is from Pereira. It's like I think it's a little bit north. I think. Yeah.
I love Colombia.
Yeah.
So much fun. I feel like while I was there, my Spanish got like incrementally better, and then I just like forgot
Yeah,
everything.
you're kind of forced to over there,
Yeah,
especially
and
over there.
the way they speak Spanish, I love it because in Miami, like Cuban Spanish is a lot faster,
It's
a lot
and it's
more
kind of
slang.
blended together. It's like un poquito, no sé, un poquito,
Mhm.
you know, that.
There's like some
But in
Spanglish going
Colombia,
on.
everything is yo soy de Colombia.
Yes.
It's everything's pronounced.
Very formal.
Yep.
Very like
Polite,
moderately
too polite.
Yeah.
There's a funny there's a funny video online of there's a girl kind of impersonating how every kind of Hispanic nationality reacts to like getting burnt or something. Like
Yeah.
she's like you burn your hand on a stove. The Chilean and Argentinian, funny enough, are kind of similar. Where they'll be like, "Oh fuck," like it's Spanish. They'll like curse this and curse that or whatever.
Mhm.
The Colombian's like, "Oh, I know, I'm okay, everything's okay." No, everything's okay. Don't worry. I'm a
Yeah.
So they like we're too kind like that, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the Colombians, and I notice it whenever I would say gracias. In Miami, I'm used to hearing de nada,
Mm-hmm.
but in Colombia, it's mucho gusto, con
Sí.
gusto,
O por
like with
supuesto,
pleasure. And I'm
sí,
like,
yeah.
oh, thank you. Like that I appreciate that for like the simplest thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, love Colombia.
But yeah, that'd be helpful, I guess, down there. you know,
Yeah, I'll have to learn Spanish
a little
for
Spanish.
sure. In due time.
Yeah. So I guess what are the immediate plans? So you have did you find a job there, or is it just kind of like I'm going back home and then figuring it out once I get back home?
Yeah, so I do have a job that awaits me. I haven't shared broadly what it is yet, but still
Mhm.
in HR.
Nice.
And it's something I'm excited about.
Corporate or
Corporate,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess I don't really share much publicly about my day job.
you don't have
but-
to.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. But I do enjoy what I do. I work in early career programs, so internship programs, programs for recent college graduates.
Very
I'm
cool.
helping them onboard and get developed within a company. So that's what I've done for most of my career now.
Nice.
And really blessed and fortunate to have worked with some really cool companies and have a day job that I enjoy and can balance alongside
With the passion,
music.
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, which is like the true passion. But, we all got to pay our bills.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But yeah, so that job will await me. And then I think like other things I'm looking forward to, obviously more time at the beach, more time with my family, making new friends. I do have some friends there from back home, but
Mhm.
I think just a balance of like strengthening those friendships while also making new ones. And getting to relax. I live a very busy, fast-paced life in
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah.
And I think just when I'm in Florida, I just feel like I can just breathe and
Yeah.
just chill. And so I look forward to chilling.
Yeah. Oh, I miss those beaches.
Yeah.
Especially there's one in Tampa that I've never seen white sand before.
Oh, it's white.
Oh, freaking
Mm.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah. Siesta Key in Sarasota was once like the number one beach in the country,
Yeah.
and their sand is like super white.
What's your favorite beach around there?
Ooh, my favorite beach in South Florida. I feel like the go-to for my family is always like Hollywood Beach. I do like Key Biscayne though. I think that's a little bit further south in Miami.
In the Keys or not?
No, not
Oh,
in the
yeah,
Keys.
okay.
That's in Miami.
Oh yeah.
Crandon Park, yeah. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to I haven't been to those beaches in years, so
So it's kind of like being in a new town again, sort of, huh?
literally.
Yeah.
And when things are in your backyard, you kind of forget about them, especially the beach. Growing up, I'd say by the time I got to college, by the time I was like 17, 18, I'd probably only been to the beach like 5 times in my life.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like if you live in Orlando, you're not at Disney World every week.
I lived in New Jersey. I was at the beach freaking all the
Oh,
time.
you're at the beach. Okay,
During
I
the
guess it
summertime,
depends on
anyway.
the person.
Especially if it was like less than an hour away. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm like that. So with mountains, I love mountains. And what I like about mountains is you can see them even when you're not actually like in
Yeah.
the mountains. But with the beach, you have to
Yeah.
drive up to it, and if you don't live within a easily commutable distance to it, you
Yeah.
kind of forget about it. I do. But
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I used to love going there for thunderstorms too. You see like all the lightning all over the ocean. Oh, it's so cool.
Better
Yeah.
you than me. I don't know.
And
if
like
I
sunrises,
that.
I used to love going there, like going fishing super early
on the
with my
East
father, and
Coast.
then you see the sun go up and stuff. It's really
That's
nice.
one thing I want to do. I've never been fishing before. It's been on
Never?
my-
Don't do
Never.
it. I don't like it anymore because now I'm like a softy. Like I literally don't even like putting the. Oh well, I guess if you use worms for your bait,
For
but
the bait.
I
Yeah.
hate putting the hook to because that worm is like it
Yeah,
feels it.
That
It's
would
like,
freak me out. Yeah.
I'm like I'm freaking gonna stab a freaking big ass thing through your entire body for what? For
To catch a fish.
so I can kill time here because I I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not catching fish because I need it. It's just because I'm trying to kill time.
Yeah, no,
So
I
now
guess
I can't
never
even
thought
do
about
that.
Really?
And even catching this fish, I'm like, hey, I just hooked your mouth. Why? For my entertainment. Go back home with a hole in your face.
Well, when you put it that way,
That's why.
maybe I don't need to fish.
This is why I can't do it now. When I was younger, I wasn't thinking about
It was
that.
fun
but-
back then. Never fish. So
but
maybe
what is it like?
Florida.
The memories were like the scenery. It wasn't like, oh, I caught a big fish and it was cool. Like hooking it.
Yeah, you forget about the not so great.
But you
stuff.
should do it just to experience it, I guess. Especially Miami, or off the coast of Florida, because they have those boats that go out and they catch like the big
Yeah, and I think there's like
swordfish and
some
stuff
rare,
like
not
that.
rare, but like fish that are
Yeah.
specific to that part of the country. So
Yeah.
who knows? I might
Do you
become
like
a
the Cuban
fisherwoman.
food?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Cuban
the
food,
best
Jamaican
over
food,
there.
Caribbean food.
Yeah.
So
oof.
I'm Caribbean, and so I think being in Dallas, that's one thing that Dallas does not have that South Florida has, which
I
is
know.
good Caribbean
We
food.
had one
everywhere
food
you
truck that
turn.
had jerk chicken, but that was it.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. So I look forward, and where my parents live is really close to several Jamaican spots. So every time I come home, I'm getting like a Jamaican beef patty
Nice.
upon arrival.
That's called an empanada in Spanish.
An empanada. So definitely looking forward to eating all the food. You might not recognize me next time you see me.
Well, just keep running.
I'll
You'll be good to go.
I'll start training for that full marathon.
Yeah. Or what about like it's called a sprint, sprint Ironman.
Oh yeah. So
Like it's not a full Ironman, but it's pretty much a half marathon, like a 50, 60 miles bike and
yeah,
whatever,
I've thought
swimming.
about that. So I signed up for High Rocks. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Like climbing.
No. High Rocks, HYROX. It's
Okay.
like a fitness competition. So you do end up running 5 miles, but in between each mile, you have to do these different exercises. So like weighted lunges,
Ooh.
burpees, sled pulls. And so me and my cousin are competing in it. We're on a team, women's doubles.
Cool.
Yeah, April 3rd.
There's a league and stuff. Or is it
Kind
just like a
of,
sort
yeah.
of
So
tournament?
there's like amateurs, which is us, and then they have like the pros who do it.
Wow.
But we all like compete. The pros have heavier weights when they're doing theirs. But it'll be my first High Rocks in April, and I'm super excited.
How
I have to start
cool.
training for it soon. But
So what how have you always been kind of like an athlete? Like
yeah, so the first sport I ever played was volleyball in 6th grade.
yeah.
My parents encouraged me to do it. I absolutely sucked at volleyball. Like, I was really bad, to the point where my parents would come to my games and they would be like yelling at my coach to take me off the bench.
Oh,
And I'd
no.
be like, no. I like being on the bench. Like I don't want to get out there and embarrass myself.
I thought they were saying to get off the field or to get on the bench. To get
Yeah,
off the
no,
court.
they were like, we want to see our daughter play. I'm like, no, I don't want to play. I don't want to embarrass myself. But by the time I reached 8th grade, I was like co-captain of my JV volleyball team.
Nice.
And I had gotten better. So one thing about my parents that I will say is they were really good about making sure that me and my brothers, anything we tried, we had to stick with it until we became proficient in it, which I think is a good way to.
It's amazing because it shows you what you can do.
Yeah.
And that, it sucks now, but I know what happens later, so just keep on doing it.
Yeah,
you
a lot of
know.
people give up at things before they reach a chance to become satisfactory at it.
Yeah.
So did volleyball 6th grade through 12th grade, and then basketball I did 6th through 9th grade. I tried track for like a month in high school, absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
I was slow, and they had me in all the sprinting races, and
Uh-huh.
then my brothers were really good at track, so I feel like I was kind of like overshadowed by them.
Mm.
And I was like, at the time I was like, I'm not feeling the outdoor sports because Miami, South Florida is hot.
Yeah. I can imagine,
volleyball and
And
basketball.
humid. Oh,
Yeah,
couldn't
I
imagine.
like the indoors of volleyball and basketball. And yeah, throughout college, I did intramural volleyball and basketball, and even now I play pickup volleyball from time to time.
Nice.
And yeah, that's always been part of me. And then I would say running came a little bit later, like the long distance running. When I was in Ohio, I lived near a really pretty river, the
Mhm.
Olentangy River. And I just would go for walks there. And I remember one day I was like, I wonder what would happen if I just kept like walking along this river. But, you can go a lot further when you're running than walking. So I started to like put some
Mhm.
pep in my step. And I was like, wait a minute, I kind of like this. And so it just became a challenge for me to just keep running along
Like
that
Forrest
river.
Gump.
Right. I was like,
just kept running.
Right. I just kept running. And I think I probably got up to like maybe 2 miles, but that was a big deal for
Yeah.
me. And then when I moved to Dallas, I would say the pandemic is when I really started like running. Joined a run club, ZFT run club.
Nice.
And was also part of Run DFW and Run It Up, other run clubs. And I think that just helped me realize, oh my gosh, like I'm actually not that bad at running, and I can run further than I thought was humanly possible.
Nice.
And then running with other people has also made it even more fun. So yeah, definitely have fallen in love with running over the past couple of years.
And the half marathon was the longest so far?
Yes. So that was my second half marathon.
I'd say what, like 14 miles ish, something like that?
13.1
miles, yeah.
in December of 2025. And yeah, I'd done plenty of 10Ks and 5Ks before that. But
how long did it take you to do the half?
it took me about 2.5 hours.
Dang, that's pretty freaking good.
Thank you.
Wow, I mean, for not a professional, not for a really trained person.
I appreciate that.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
I think the furthest I used to play semi-pro soccer, right? So I was an athlete, but kind of growing up.
Wait, you played semi-pro soccer?
Mm-hmm,
Did I not know that? That's so cool.
I don't know how anyone doesn't know that. I talk about it all the time, but yeah.
I know you started like a league.
A team, yeah. So I played most of my life, high school, played for Kane University, Division III NCAA school. Mm-hmm. And don't get it twisted. Division 3, 2, and 1 is just about how much money your school has for scholarships. It's not technically how good you are. Like we can't move up or down the leagues, But I say that because we used to always scrimmage Rutgers, who was Division 1, and we beat them all the time. And then after that, I played a little semi-pro. It was a team called U.S. Parma in Jersey. We played in the first round of the U.S. Open Cup in D.C. Got spanked. And then I played for a month in Europe. This team called United Soccer Academy. They had a tournament in Sweden and a tournament in England. So that was an awesome experience. That was like the one time I felt like an actual pro. Like I went to Denmark to train in this facility that was like in the middle of nowhere. Like you're in the middle of the woods.
Wow.
I think it was where the German national team trained also.
Oh
That I met people from all over the country. Even there was a player from Jamaica. There was one from Canada. So it was pretty much like a U.S. team, not the U.S. team, but it was a sort of U.S. team. Trained in Denmark, and then we played in that tournament in Sweden, and then we played in a tournament in England.
Wow.
And then I moved here when I was like 24, 25. Played a little bit here, not like real competitive. And then when I was approaching 30, I was like, well, I'm not playing competitive anymore. I still want to be, around it because that's my passion. And then I started FC Denton was the first. It turned out we turned it into the first semi-pro soccer team. That was always the goal. Like when I first started it, was to turn it into a sort of springboard team to help players either go to college or go to bigger teams. Because in Denton at that time there was no teams like that. There's UNT, there's TWU, but those for as far as NCAA schools, it's only women's soccer.
Oh, I see.
For men, it was like intramural, which is not bad as far as competitive wise, but like it's not like where you're going to get noticed by a pro team or something. So I was like, well, I can because like a 10-year-old, especially 10-year-old boy in Denton at that time, they have nowhere to really aspire to unless you can get into SMU or TCU, but that's like if you have scholarships and good luck getting that.
Very competitive.
So I was like, well, how about we start a sort of incubator team here because that's kind of how it is in Jersey, pretty much anywhere else.
Yeah. I love
someone just has to try it. So I was like, screw it, let's do it. And then did that for a long time, and then all stopped after my father died, and then ended my library career, and then ended up here at the Tiny Stage or at the Be Hippie doing events, and then the Tiny Stage was born. But that's a whole other.
There goes your origin story.
In super nutshell, because it's a lot longer than that. Yeah. And
but
that's
I love
kind
that
of
you
how
were able to start that.
Yeah, and that's kind of how you came here. I guess because that was
so cool how our paths all find each other.
Right. And we, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this was your first headline show.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah. I had like opening acts, which was crazy.
Right, yeah. It was like your night. Yeah.
Vanessa and friends. So that was my first headline show. To this day, that is the longest I've ever performed. That was a 2-hour show. I had no idea it was that long until it was over. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I think I was performing from like 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. My vocal cords the next day were fried. I was like...
Yeah, and you're outside too, so yeah.
Yeah, I was so thirsty too. I was drinking water after every song. But yeah, shout out to the Tiny Stage.
But yeah, that's so cool because the whole reason why we do this stuff here is to be a sort of springboard for all you artists that you come here and maybe now you're way more comfortable on stage.
Oh yeah.
And now you know how now when you go to Florida, and someone's like, "Hey, do you want to put on a show?" You're like, "I know exactly what to do. I'm going to
done
get
it.
some openers. I know how long they're all going to go on."
And I have awesome
All that kind of-
content and footage from it, so
Yeah.
super super appreciative and grateful for.
And I have much more too. As I'm going through old stuff, I'll send you them as I.
Yeah,
as I
feel free. You
hold
can just
on,
like
but
drop them in a
I have
Google Drive
bunch,
or
yeah.
something.
Yours
But
gonna
no,
be
I'm
big, yeah.
forever grateful and indebted to this stage because it really, that is one of the highlights of my entire life.
That means
on the tiny stage.
that means the freaking world. I can't
Yeah.
tell you, especially someone like you. Aside from being an amazing artist, just an all around great person.
Thank you so much, Carlos.
And Florida is very lucky. Miami area, Miami-Dade is very lucky.
Thank you.
And-
And Broward County. Shout out to Miramar, Florida.
And Broward, County.
Yeah. Shout out to Miramar, Florida, my hometown.
I'll go visit Miramar.
Hey.
It sounds like a different country. Isn't
Miramar.
there a country called Miramar or something like that?
Myanmar.
Miramar, yeah.
Yeah, Miramar. I think it means. You speak Spanish. Is that view of the sea or by the sea? Miramar.
Oh yeah, Miramar. Yeah, it's like look at the
Look
sea.
at the
yeah.
sea. Yeah, yeah.
It literally is Miramar. Okay.
Miramar. Look at the sea.
Miramar. What are we gonna name this town? Look at the sea.
And it's not even
That's
near the
funny.
ocean, but it's okay. I love Miramar.
And hopefully, get a little open mic started over there. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted. I'll
Talk to
keep
Jenna.
in touch.
I'm sure she'd be cool with having like the love mic.
You guys could take an annual
in
trip to Miami.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be
And then
really
vice
cool.
versa. Some of the artists would come up here.
Yeah, do a little
Networking. But you
exchange.
know, that's what I'm talking about. I have ideas.
It's-
You know, they just.
Hey. Yeah, I will definitely keep you in the loop with everything going
Yeah.
on down there. And when you have those ideas, just send them my way.
Will do. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So you have this song coming out next week.
Yes.
Is that kind of like it for now, or
I
we
think
have maybe like
for
another
now,
album
I
that
mean,
we're kind of twinkling?
I don't have anything else in the works right now. Just really focus on moving.
Yeah.
And but I am really excited about Is It a Crime? It'll be out next Tuesday,
too.
February 10th. And that song is really about liking someone that is not available to you. In this case, not necessarily that they didn't like me back, but
Not
you'll hear when you
available.
hear the song,
Mm.
the person has a girlfriend. So liking a guy who has a girlfriend is what that song is about. And yeah,
I love it.
I'll
And
leave it at that.
that's another song that not your typical love song,
Yeah, not your typical love
Yeah.
song, and
but
not
so damn true. I'm telling you, that's my song. That's my song.
yeah, someone who's just not available to you for whatever reason.
Is it a crime?
Is it a crime?
No, I say no, but
No?
you know, some
Okay.
people say
You heard
maybe.
it from Carlos.
Some people say maybe. I don't know.
But again, just in the spirit of being vulnerable,
Right.
sharing my emotions. I wrote it almost a year ago. And so, thankfully I've moved past those feelings and everything that was
Will,
going on at that time. But
So it was written about somebody.
yes,
Would this person know by listening to this song? Would they kind of put two and two together?
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah?
and I was worried about that because I'd never actually planned on releasing it, let alone recording it. But
Mhm.
I was playing it at open mics. People liked it. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, maybe I'll record it. And again, music is therapeutic. So it really helped me process what I was feeling.
Yep.
And then my friend was like, well, Taylor Swift writes songs about
She
all
almost
the
says
guys.
their names. Yeah.
Right. Like Billie Eilish, like everybody does it. I'm like, okay, well,
Yeah.
if that's what the pop girlies are doing, then so be it. And music is art. I think I take some creative liberties in some of my songs, and this one is no exception. So it's not like exactly like word for word,
Yeah.
but inspired by the feelings at that time.
Yeah.
And that is just me being my raw, honest, authentic self,
Yeah.
as Jana from the Love Mic
Mhm.
always encourages us to be. So, I hope you
Was
like
that-
the studio version.
Was that kind of strange recording it?
Um,
Like thinking, oh, he's gonna know if I say this line. Like
at first I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
is like the most like targeted song I've ever, recorded.
Uh-huh.
But my producer, Aaron, really encouraged me. He liked it.
mhm.
I'll have to play it for you after we're done. But yeah, I think and my friends liked it. And at the end of the day, it's art. It's feeling. It's emotion.
But it's like vague enough that it can kind of fit with anybody, pretty much.
Yeah,
You think?
yeah, for the
Yeah.
most part.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. I like
Next
it.
week,
I think
yeah.
it's a good song, regardless. And that's art. And 5-10 years from now,
Yeah.
what's it gonna matter whether he heard it or not or
Right? Yeah.
whatever? It's part of
And if it's a hit,
who I am.
shout out to
right.
him.
Like
right?
if
Yeah.
that's the thing that makes me money and gets me on the big stage, so
Will
be
you-
it.
Will you send him like some flowers or something, or like?
P.S. This song.
Yeah. Right. Hey, thanks for the thanks for the house.
Yeah. But I think it'll be good. And
So are you gonna kind of move towards more that direction, like sort of like kind of like more? I mean, you say your songs are kind of like personal, but like maybe like where you're telling specifics, like specific stories and maybe like less general
Like
type
I
things?
say, I don't write the songs; they write
They just come
themselves.
so whatever
Right.
comes through, yeah.
So whatever comes. I very rarely have I ever sat down and been like, I'm gonna write a song today. I know every artist has their own process, but I don't intentionally try to write songs.
That's awesome.
They just come to me.
And I said it on purpose because it's awesome. Okay.
Thank you. Some of them start off as journal entries, as prayers, as just conversations with friends.
What about the music, like the melodies and whatnot?
Sometimes
Like that's
the chords come
kinda
first.
hits you, yeah.
Sometimes
Do you like
the words
have like
come first.
a whole file of like
Just
recordings on your
half
phone?
recorded, half written things.
Hang on
Sometimes
to
I'm
those.
just I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just fiddling on the piano or guitar, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, that sounded kind of cool. And as I'm playing it, words will just start coming to me, or the other way around, where words will come to me, and I'm like, I gotta go on the piano and try to figure this out.
Nice.
I get a lot of inspiration from my dreams, so I dream pretty vividly every single night,
Cool.
and I try to remember my dreams when I can, and I think that's one of the cool things about just, I guess, how my brain works is I've literally written an entire song in my dream. Like the song I wrote for my grandma in the morning that I released in 2022, it started off as a dream. In that dream, I was like a younger version of myself, and I had been invited to perform at some county-wide expo or fair or some competition. But the thing about it was you had to write a song the night before.
Mhm.
Like they gave you a 24-hour window to come up with
The challenge.
a song. Yeah. And so like in the dream, I'm like stressing, trying to write this song the night before, and then I perform it on stage. And I don't even remember what happened after that. But I just remember I woke up the next morning like, did I just write
And
a
you
song?
remembered the words?
Part of it. I remember
Oh, wow.
if you hear the song in the morning, there's a part that goes, this is your song too. So I remember that part, and I spent all day trying to figure out like what was the rest of that song. So I don't know if what I ended up writing and releasing is what was word for word in the dream, but I do know that there's excerpts directly from what I dreamt that night before. So yeah, you gotta pay attention when you get those downloads of
Do you have
information.
like a notebook next to your bed, like just in case?
I do.
Yeah.
Yep. These days I try not to sleep with my phone by my bed anymore, but I keep a notebook and a pen, and I'll just wake up,
Nice.
go back to sleep.
Do you ever wake up and like, what the hell was that? What was this about?
What's going on? But no, it's such a gift to be able to dream.
Yeah.
And
Would you say you're like a lucid dreamer, where like you're like, all right, I'm dreaming, so let's do stuff. Like let's go fly somewhere, or let's write a song, or
not
whatever.
at that
like,
level. Not
no,
at that
okay.
level. But I am very like in tune with my dreams. I think some people don't even realize you could be having the same dream every single night and not even know it, because you wake up and immediately you look at your phone. You're worried about the day ahead. But I think it's just so powerful. I've gotten so much clarity and insight and creative inspiration from.
No, the sleep state
my
is such
dreams.
a magical thing that like we go into this whole different universe
Mhm.
every single freaking day. We really take that for granted.
We do, and it's vital for your health too.
Yeah.
You gotta be dreaming, your creativity, all that good stuff. So
I gotta start like.
write them down.
I want to
too.
know, like, I would love to be like, because people, they say that you can like become a lucid dreamer, like you can train your mind to like there's certain kind of like trigger words or things that you can kind of tell yourself, like if you see a sock in your dream, then you know that you're dreaming, and therefore then now you can be like, all right, I'm in a dream, but like stay in the dream, and then like have like I can fly somewhere or do whatever I want,
Yeah, that's next level.
Yeah.
But yeah, even with this job offer that I accepted in Miami, I was unsure if I would take it. And that whole week I had been praying. I was like, do I stay at my current company or take this job? Back and forth, back and forth. And the night before I accepted the offer, I had a dream that I pulled up to my recruiter's house, who I've never even met my recruiter in real life for that company. But anyway, I pull up to his house. I meet him in the driveway, and I accepted the offer in his driveway. That next morning I woke up and I was like, okay, I guess I have to accept the offer. Like,
Wow.
my subconscious has already made it. And, when I tell you it was a split decision, I could not decide. But once I had that dream
And you're
with
so
me,
sure.
yeah, I woke
Wow.
up perfectly at peace. And I was like, I literally dreamt that I accepted the offer. Now I'm going to do it. And that's that. So, yeah, dreams have been very instrumental. I wrote a song, I Won't Be Dreaming Tonight.
Oh, nice.
That
Wow.
kind of gets into that a little bit. But, they've been part of my creative process as well.
Wow.
So
And that you can pay attention like that.
Mhm.
I'm really gonna try to do that now.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're over an hour. That's okay. We try not to be, but you know how we are here.
What happens?
But yeah, Vanessa's super busy because she is leaving. Unfortunately, she's flying south. Hopefully for not too long. And
I'll be back
hopefully,
to visit.
yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna try to go down there and hopefully to see you perform.
Oof.
Somewhere.
You'll get a first row seat, free guest passes, anything you want.
Just let me be around with the camera. I'll be good to go. I want one of those press passes.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Unfortunately, I guess we don't have time for performance, which is fine because you're super busy. You're probably like leaving right now to go continue packing.
Don't worry, we got some clips from the last Tiny Stage.
Oh yeah.
But
And hopefully when you do visit, let me know so we can have you here.
Oh, most
Yeah,
definitely.
for
This
sure.
will be one of the first
Yeah.
places I hit it when I'm back. And I'll be at the Love Mic tonight, so if anybody is
Oh yes, that's right. Yes.
gonna be sticking around, I'll be there.
One last. No, I hate saying one last. Just for now.
Just for now. Just for now. It'll be good to see everybody.
All right, one. All right, a couple of just fast, fun ones.
Yeah.
I always ask this for everybody. What was the ones, if you can remember, the one song that kind of sparked everything, where like you heard this song and you wanted to sing it, or maybe you played it on the guitar and you're like, I can do this, and then I'm gonna try it, or like
somebody else's song that I learned.
or something that was like that. It could have been somebody else's, but like that you kind of tried it, or you like sung and said, "Hey, my voice is not so bad," or like try playing the guitar. Like, you know what? Like at first you were crap, but then you play probably like one song all the way through, or like one riff like correctly, and you were like, "Whoa!" Because I always tell the story. Sorry for everybody at home. You heard this story at every single episode so far, but for me, I wanted to learn how to play the guitar, and especially like a finger picking style. And there's a song called Babe, I Want to Leave You by Led Zeppelin. The beginning, the whole thing is like kind of finger picky, is a really cool riff. So I was like, I want to learn how to play that. So I learned the basic chords, and then I discovered tabs where they show you exactly where to put your finger. So I was like, oh, perfect, because I don't know how to read music. I know the very basics. I don't know how the F minors, hell no. Bar chords, I hate them.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, so if I know how the song sounds, I can kind of figure it out. So I went slowly, like through, and then I did it one time, like just that riff, and I was like, I was like, I'm doing something. I can do it, and I actually finger picked it, correctly. Like I trained myself how to like have one finger or one string per finger kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh crap! So like I can just keep on doing this, and then I saw how like after like I don't know the third or fourth measure it repeats. I'm like, oh, so it's just like a pattern, and I'm like, oh shit, I can play the guitar, and then I can play without looking at it. And then I was like, oh crap, so like was there like sort of like a Big Bang sort of?
I would say, and I'll try to be brief. On piano for sure. When I learned "If I Ain't Got You" by Alicia Keys in middle school, the and because I used to listen to Diary of Alicia Keys, that album, all the time, same songs in A minor, and she was like my idol growing up. So I think that was what did it on piano, where I was like, even though I didn't win that talent show, I know how to play the piano.
Nice.
And then guitar in 5th grade. The guitar school I went to, every year, instead of a recital, they would have like a competition. And the categories for that was like you had to do a pop solo. And I can't remember if it was 2 different years or if it was in the same year. But I learned one of the first pop songs I learned on the guitar was Superstition by Stevie Wonder.
Oh, nice.
And Clocks by Coldplay. And I ended up placing in the competition for that in guitar. And so I think that was really cool. I think that also sparked exploration into other genres, right? What does a 5th grader know anything about Stevie Wonder and Coldplay? So that I think that just also opened the door to other genres of music. And then I think singing wise, I really took a liking to Corinne Bailey Rae in middle school and high school because I found myself reflected in her voice. So she didn't have the powerhouse Beyonce type voice. She had a very soft, very light voice,
soothing,
soothing, easy listening. And I was like, this actually sounds nice. And so I think I found myself wanting to emulate her a little bit early on.
Then you found your voice, Then
I found my own.
All right, last one, and then we'll get you out of here. What is the one piece of advice you would give, especially since you're leaving now DFW, the local DFW artist that is trying to, like I say, level up, pursue this in a more meaningful way? Yeah.
So many things I could say. Okay, 2 things. one thing my mom has always instilled in me is to have a whatever it takes attitude. And she was like that when it came to sports, when it came to schooling, for sure. When it comes to music, I think sometimes we give up before we really try and apply ourselves. And so having a whatever it takes attitude, even if it means getting rejected, only having one stream on your song, getting on stage when you're super nervous. But if this is truly your passion, something you feel called and led to do, just be willing to do whatever it takes, even if it means looking crazy, being vulnerable, writing songs about super personal topics, and who cares, right? So I would say have a whatever it takes attitude. And then something I always share in interviews and with friends and in these kind of conversations, the concept of dying empty, which sounds morbid, but really what I mean by that is you want to leave this earth feeling like you poured out everything that God put on the inside of you, right? Like, I would hate to reach the end of my life and be like, I still had 20% of talent left that I didn't get to utilize, right? And so every day, as long as we're breathing, like, we still have life, we still have gifts and talents and skills that somebody else needs to benefit from, right? Like, it's not just for you. There are other people's lives that need to be touched by your skill set, whether it's being behind the camera, being on a stage, writing a book, whatever it is. You want to reach that level of, just contentment and satisfaction where you can say, you know what? I gave out everything I could, right? And I think there's no better feeling than that. I'm not there yet, but it's something that I strive for, leaving no stone unturned. And so that's the last thing I'll say.
Yeah. Continue doing that as someone that's a bit older than you.
Not that much.
That can happen before the end of your life. Looking back and going, I do that a lot right now, and it sucks. So yeah, definitely take that advice.
For sure.
Well, shoot. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna miss you. But for sure, I'm gonna make some trips down there, and I'm gonna see. All right, where's Vinessa playing? If not, I'm gonna go talk to some venues and be like, you need to have her on because I'm only visiting here the weekend.
You'll be my booking
and I want
agent.
some live music.
I appreciate you, Carlos.
But yeah, thank you so much. Good luck with everything. Yeah, I think you're going to do amazing things. Your work ethic, everything. I mean, I have no doubts. I'm looking forward to all your new music, and to seeing maybe a Spanish crossover to here and there.
Once I learn
and
some
there is a
Espanol.
nice Colombian community down there too.
Okay, yeah. One of my friends is Colombian. I'll hit her up.
Try that food. Have you ever had Colombian food?
Oh yeah. When I was in Medellin.
Okay. Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Of course you have.
And Miami. Yeah.
All right, that'll do it. Vanessa's got to go pack.
Thank you all.
Thanks all for joining. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Tune in tonight also for the Love Mic. If you go on YouTube, just search the Love Mic Dallas. It'll pop right up. But Vinessa will be there at a certain point. So you have to watch the whole time, I guess. All right, see you guys.
All right, see y'all. Bye-bye.
I wait a couple of seconds usually because there's a weird...